Road cycling requires endurance, power, and precision. Cyclists need a high CV fitness level to sustain longer rides, along with muscular strength for needing to climb or sprint. Flexibility and core stability are also important for maintaining an aerodynamic position on the bike. Cycling mostly relies on the aerobic energy system, but during the bouts of sprinting and climbing, the anaerobic system will play a role too. Cycling primarily occurs in the sagittal plane, involving mostly forward and backward movements. Key actions include the flexion and extension of the hips and knees during pedaling, as well as the plantar flexion and dorsiflexion of the ankles to effectively transfer power through the pedals. The main muscles engaged during cycling include the quadriceps, hamstrings, glute max, gastroc, and soleus. Additionally, core muscles such as the abdominals and obliques will also play a role. The upper body also contributes. Muscles like the deltoids and traps are important for handling the bike and maintaining balance. Here's a dynamic warm-up example that you could give cyclists. First is the raise phase, where they'd be doing 5 minutes of light pedaling. So a light spin on the bike helps prepare your body for the demands of cycling as it gradually increases your heart rate. The next phase is activate and mobilize, and I picked leg swings, high knees, mountain climbers, and lunges with twists. The leg swings improve hip flexibility and loosen up the lower body. The high knees engage the hip flexors while also elevating your heart rate. Mountain climbers activate the core, shoulders, and hip flexors while simulating the leg movements of pedaling. And the lunges with twists enhance hip mobility and the abdominal rotation. And the last phase, potentiation, I chose power skips and high cadence intervals. So this would be power skips improve explosive strength and coordination in the lower body, important for quick accelerations and climbing. And the high cadence intervals will help build neuromuscular efficiency and leg speed, providing smooth pedal strokes during both sustained and intense efforts on the bike. Cycling typically involves aerobic endurance and power. So for the tests for the fitness assessment battery, I chose the overhead squat, T-test, the straight line sprint test, a push-up test, and a maximal aerobic speed test. And I listed them in order from least fatiguing to most fatiguing. For why I chose these tests, the overhead squat measures flexibility and joint mobility, which are for maintaining an aerodynamic position and achieving smooth pedaling. The T-test focuses on agility and dynamic balance, both of which are critical for navigating sharp turns and managing group dynamics such as pelotons. The straight line sprint test measures speed and power, important for executing sprints and breakaways from the pelotons. The push-up test examines upper body and core muscular endurance, which supports posture and bike handling during the longer rides. And finally, the maximal aerobic speed test offers insights into aerobic capacity, which is a key foundation for long-duration cycling performance. This is my resistance training workout for cyclists. I tried choosing exercises that were more focused on endurance, since cycling is an endurance-based sport. So for push-ups, push-ups build endurance in the chest, shoulders, and triceps for that posture and the bike handling. The dumbbell lunges will build leg strength and balance while also simulating that pedaling, which is the primary movement in the sport. And the planks strengthen the core, improving stability and alignment for efficient energy transfer during cycling. The incline for acceleration speed test measures a cyclist's ability to generate explosive power during uphill efforts. In this test, the cyclist performs short, high-intensity sprints on an incline, typically between a 5 to 10% grade, focusing on rapid acceleration and maximal effort over a specified distance of time. It measures both anaerobic capacity and neuromuscular efficiency, simulating the real-world cycling demands, such as the climbing or sprinting in a race. My first plyometric workout was the depth push-up. This targets explosive upper body strength. It involves transitioning from a raised platform, in this case a med ball, to a rapid drop onto the ground and immediately pushing back upward onto the med ball. This movement engages the chest, triceps, shoulders, and core muscles, emphasizing power generation and neuromuscular coordination. Depth push-ups are a valuable plyometric exercise for road cyclists as they enhance upper body power and stability, which are critical for the more explosive movements. The next plyometric exercise is the cycled split squat. It is a lower body plyo exercise that involves performing an explosive jump from a split squat position, cycling the legs in midair, and landing in the opposite split stance. This exercise emphasizes power, coordination, and controlled eccentric loading of the lower body muscles, including the quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. It can be really helpful for cyclists as it builds explosive lower body power. Its unilateral focus may address any potential muscle imbalances and improves the pedal stroke efficiency. Controlled landings strengthen stabilizing muscles around the knees and ankles, reducing injury risk and boosting joint stability. By mimicking the unilateral demands of pedaling, this plyo exercise directly supports cycling-specific functional strength, helping athletes maintain consistent power and efficiency during performance. I chose the single-arm dumbbell snatch as my first powerlift exercise. To set up, start in a standing position with feet shoulder-width apart, placing a dumbbell on the ground beneath your feet. Flex your hips and knees to reach down, grabbing the dumbbell with one hand while keeping your back flat and your core engaged. Start the lift by driving through your legs by extending your hips and knees explosively while pulling the dumbbell vertically along your body. As the dumbbell reaches shoulder height, shrug your shoulder and punch it upward, using the momentum to push the dumbbell overhead. Lock out the dumbbell overhead in one fluid motion, ensuring your arm is straight and your body remains stable. Lower the dumbbell back to the starting position in a controlled manner and repeat on the other side. It is important for cyclists as it builds their explosive power. Its unilateral focus also helps correct muscle imbalances, like the cycled split squat, improving pedaling efficiency and symmetry, while the overhead position strengthens the core and shoulder stabilizers for better posture and bike handling. That dynamic multi-phase movement can also enhance neuromuscular coordination and functional fitness, simulating the actions needed in cycling. My second powerlift exercise was the hang power clean. Begin in a standing position with feet hip-width apart, holding a barbell with a pronated grip in between the knee and mid-thigh. Bend slightly at the knees and hips while keeping your back straight and your core engaged to prepare for the upward movement. Explosively extend the hips and knees, driving the barbell upward while keeping it close to the body. As the barbell rises, shrug your shoulders and rotate the elbows underneath the bar to catch it in the front rack position, which would be resting on your shoulders or clavicle area. Finish standing tall with the barbell secured on your shoulders, with your knees extended and your core stabilized. Lower the barbell back to the hanging position with control before repeating the movement again. The hanging power clean is very helpful for cyclists as it builds the explosive full body power that you need during sprints and climbs. By strengthening the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back, it helps your pedaling strength and power output. Also, Its dynamic, coordinated movement improves neuromuscular connections and reaction times, while engaging the core for stability and energy conservation on the longer rides.